What I want to talk about on today's call is the state of marketing, the power of focus, Facebook advertising, the best 3 sales questions, video marketing, the importance of faces.
This call is being recorded.
All right, so sorry you guys about having to move the call again. We've just had week after week with situations that have come up. But what I wanted to talk about on today's call is actually the 3 best ways for Curaytor to get new employees. You know, we think so often about how we get new customers. How do we keep our customers? And that really is what we should focus on. I tell Jimmy all the time, if we're not working on acquisition and we're not working on retention, then what are we working on? Aren't those the only 2 things that really matter? But in order for a company to grow the right way, in order for us to all continue to love our jobs in the future, we have got to hire the right people. And so I've been doing a one-on-one-a-thon. I've had a chance to talk to about a dozen employees so far one-on-one, and then I have the rest of the company coming up soon. And I've been so intrigued as I learn sort of what people want for their career in the future, but also what attracted them to our brand. Why exactly did you want to work here? What is it about working here that you love? Because it's just as important for us to hire great people as it is for us to have great customers. And so I made a couple fascinating discoveries, and the aha moment that I had that I wanted to share with you guys is that a business actually gets its customers in the same ways that they get their employees. If you think about it, I remember being in sales especially, you always wonder, like, where's the business going to come from? Where are the leads going to come from? And I've always just been curious as to sort of, hey, I like my job and things are going well, but I don't want the well to run dry. Where are these leads coming from? Where are these new employees coming from? I remember back, especially when I was working at Quicken Loans, you know, it was such a large company generating so many leads that it really would get in my psyche that we're going to run out of leads. We're going to eventually generate every lead possible, and we're not going to have any left. But that's just not the case. If you're picking up your leads and your new employees in the 3 following ways, you will always have plenty of business and plenty of leads. And the thing I want you guys to remember as you help us recruit employees, as you help us find, you know, the next wave of Curaytor employees, is that if we're going to continue to be excellent, we have to surround ourselves with excellence. Excellence attracts excellence. And that's exactly what's been happening when it comes to our new employee acquisition. So here are the 3 primary channels that we acquire new employees and, ironically, also new clients. The first one is content marketing. Like our books and our blogs and our podcast, what happens is that fans become employees. And I think this is where a lot of companies really miss out. You know, they don't put out great content. They don't put out their opinion about the world. They don't have a podcast. They don't have a blog. They don't have a book. They don't have another book. And so when we put out great content, we don't just attract great leads, we attract great prospective employees. There's a great story about, a lot of people know Gary Vaynerchuk, and he has a guy that works for him named D-Rock. And the way D-Rock, you know, got his job with Gary and with VaynerMedia is he was a fan of Gary's work and he volunteered to help him do some videos. So a lot of times your best, most loyal employees start off as a fan. We actually have an intern working for us right now named Letitia. And that's exactly where she came from. She said, Chris, I'll do whatever it takes. I want to learn from you guys. I want to be a part of that culture at Curaytor that's so positive. Even if you think about Wendy, you know, Wendy and I go all the way back to my top producer days where she was a fan of Tech Savvy Agent. And if you think about like Darren and Neil, you know, they definitely were, you know, kind of Chris Smith fans prior to Curaytor. So by putting out great content, by having a YouTube channel, putting out books, writing blog posts, we're not just growing our business, we're growing the number of people that want to work for our business, which is great. The other thing about the content is that I'm going to go through two other ways that we get employees and clients. But what happens is when you get word of mouth or when you run an ad, the content also converts. So if somebody goes to check out your website or check out your company on Facebook or Twitter, which is what all of us do, we've got such a digital trench for them to go spend time in. And when they do that, just like a regular lead, they go spend time in our footprint, they're already sold on working with us. So content doesn't just attract people, it also converts people. Basically, they go from having a mindset that there's a cool job available to the mindset that I want that job bad. And that's where content marketing can be really king. The second place we get our employees as well as our clients is from word of mouth and referrals. You know, Gary Vee says that word of mouth is on steroids. And so when you take great care of your customers, they send you more. But what we've also found is that a lot of our customers have people that kind of come and go in their life that maybe aren't a good fit. And they end up recommending that they come work for us. So like if you think about the way Holly got her job here and Tyler, right? Tyler and Holly were sort of people working on a contractor role with one of our customers. It didn't work out there, but it ended up being a perfect fit for us. And so that's just the word of mouth of like our clients loving what we do so much that they wanted the people they knew locally to get a job with us. And even now, you know, Tyler came in through working for one of our clients, and now we're hiring Austin to be our newest marketer. He's coming in through Tyler. Holly has continued to add new people down there in Dallas that came from her network. Danielle, she gave the good word of mouth to On Me that we're, you know, an awesome company and we're hiring. And so Danielle helped On Me get a job, and we're now interviewing Jasmine, who came to us through On Me. So it's like dominoes, guys. When you find great people, you want to find more. And so the best place to get great employees can be from the ones you already have. So we're definitely seeing that happen. But of course, content marketing and word of mouth is also where we get our business, not just our staff. The last one, and this is the one where I think a lot of companies, they don't do number one or two well. So they don't have great content and they don't have great word of mouth, and they just go straight to number three, and then they wonder why it doesn't work. Number three only works if you've got number one and number two. Advertising doesn't work if what you're advertising sucks. And so the third way that we get employees and business is Facebook ads. If you think about our marketers like Lauren and Logan and some of these people that have come out of UCF and Naomi and even up in Boston, we are not using traditional recruiters to go out and find us employees. We are going to Facebook and leveraging things like location and passions and education. We're able to use Facebook ads to literally, like, I know there's a couple of times where I said, hey, John, you know, here's the ad. Can you turn it on? And within 2 days, I was asking him to turn it off because we had so many qualified people. And what happens, it's funny talking to the marketers that we hired through Facebook and some of the other people that we found through Facebook ads. You have to remember that people don't log on to Facebook to look for a job. Just like they don't log on to Facebook to look for a house. But it doesn't mean that they're not thinking about a job or a house or a restaurant while they're there. So the word that comes up a lot is serendipity. You know, it just felt like this was the perfect job for me. You know, I wasn't even logging onto Facebook to look for a job, and there you were. And I can tell you that if you're a traditional employer, like I'm sure you guys have heard of stuff like ZipRecruiter, Muse, Monster, Indeed, Career Builder, like those websites are a nightmare for people like us to try to find great talent. You end up getting 100 resumes and maybe ending up with one or two good ones. And through our approach of content, word of mouth, and really smart Facebook ads, we typically have a qualified candidate that we hire within even 2 or 3 applicants because we're approaching it differently. So the bottom line, guys, is if we continue to put out great content, we continue to provide amazing service, and we continue to run great ads, we will always have prospective employees and customers banging down our door. That's where our business comes from. That's where our employees come from. Thanks for your time, guys. Hey, this is Chris. Thanks for listening to my call. If you enjoyed the call, please subscribe right now. Also, share the episode and use the hashtag #CallsWithChris. Every week, I choose a few people randomly to win a free signed copy of the conversion code, my USA Today best-selling book. You can also visit Curaytor.com. That's Curaytor.com to learn more about my company, which is the one I'm running during these calls. We help small businesses grow faster, and we've been featured recently by Inc., Forbes, Fortune, and Entrepreneur Magazine.